A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to the part 2 of the channeling that I just shared called Toxic Love. The thumbnail says Toxic Love. Now, my dear friends, all of you dear most soul family members, I want to tell you guys that there are certain wounds that are very, very, very hard and very, very strong. So they always have this attachment issue with the wound. And I must tell you this, guys and girls, that attachment causes actual pain. So when you are attracting toxic lovers, narcissistic partners, people who are not present in your life, they are present when they want to, and every time they're around you, it's about you motivating them, you uplifting them, you taking care of them, you doing all of this, everything, without them really being there for you ever. Okay, most of the times I would say, maybe sometimes they are there, but it could also be possible that when they are there for you, it could be like a barter thing, or it could be like it is probably also socially important, publicly important for them to be around you. So if you really want to be happy, then you have to detach yourself from all of these relationships where you feel that you are in some kind of an arrangement where it is completely your responsibility or your role, or you could be codependent on these people for need of attention or love or simply validation. Because these are the relationships, these basic relationships around you, the biological relationships around you, or the most early relationships in your life, you can say formative relationships, foundational relationships in your life. I can give you one example, because I can sense the energy of people who on one hand very well know that certain relationships are unhealthy for them, they are toxic for them, they are narcissistic relationships which are very unhealthy for you. Whosoever resonates with it, you can mention in the comment section. You can say a hi and you can mention your story also. So whosoever resonates with it, you guys know that this is a toxic relationship. This is a relationship where the foundation is codependency, and I must get out of it. I must not be into it. I must step out of it ASAP. But you don't. And you must be wondering why. Why am I not stepping out of these relationships, these painful relationships or difficult relationships? What is the reason? The reason is actually love and the need for love, or the wrong understanding of love. For example, if you have always been with a narcissistic family member, like a mother or a father or any sibling, you are so trained, or you're so groomed, or you are so into taking care of them all the time. When you're around this person, it's all about this person, okay? So there is a feeling of competitiveness, there is a feeling of envy, there is a feeling of kind of getting distracted, because they are always going to make you feel like they are doing a favor on you. Because the narcissistic people, you can say, or the people who are very selfish, they always have their own things to do, okay? And I'm not going to say it is right or wrong over here. I'm just going to say that it is about codependency. So it could be possible that the narcissist that you are codependent with is doing certain things, like they have all good things around them. All family members talk to them, all relatives talk to this person. They have many friends and they have many people around. They have a very good schedule. They do a lot of things that they love. And basically they have a happy life. They're always being taken care of. So definitely they are doing something right for themselves. Okay. And it could also be very much possible that all these things that they're doing for themselves, they are pretty much happening in their three-dimensional reality, in their sansaric world, the worldly world. They could be having all good relationships with all of the worldly world relationships around them. But you, on the other hand, you're not like that. Okay. So I'll basically clarify this energy today, or you can say we can heal this energy today all of the crying that you're going through, all of the pain you're going through, all of the motherly love you miss, we can get an answer or a solution in this particular channeling. First of all, don't be so serious. Okay, don't be so serious. I know you're very serious right now. You're trying to do good inner work. You're trying to be in mission. You're trying to be a good person. You are already a good person. Okay? I can feel that energy. I can feel the combined energy of the collective trying so hard to be good and nice and to be, working on themselves. So you are already doing all of that. Okay? But your confusion has been whether I should be like the 3D people or I should be like the kind of people I like or the kind of person I am. And after all these years of confusion and thinking and pondering and then finally getting into inner work or spirituality, sometimes on days you get very serious, because when you listen to spiritual inner work content or maybe you listen to your masters, and it happens with anyone, it happens with me also, you sometimes feel that you're still not there, you've not done it yet, you need to do a lot more. Okay, which is a good thing also. It's like you being responsible. Maybe you took some resolutions, in Hindi we call it sankalp, okay, and you're not able to fulfill it, you're not able to do it. So you're feeling that pain that, I'm not able to do it. Or maybe it is your biological clock ticking or some kind of programming factor which is coming in between, which is reminding you that you're not married yet, you're not dating someone, or you're not in a relationship with someone, so there's something wrong with you. Or even if you are, it's not a perfect relationship, it's not the right relationship, it's not the relationship that you wanted, it's not the person that you wanted. Or maybe it's a situational thing, maybe it's an on and off thing. So whatever it is, all of the pain that you're going through, it is purely happening because you are trying to be like someone else, and that someone else is not that dependent on you because they have created their own world. And why did I speak about narcissistic family members? Because many a times you are still very much attached to the mother or to the father or to the sibling bond, and they don't give you anything in return. So you are the one who feels constantly that you're clinging on to them, but they make you feel very unwanted. It's like, okay, go away, I'm not free yet, or I'm very busy, or I have this to do, or I have that to do, or they are not that excited when you talk to them about anything. They don't have your answers, basically. They don't have the answers. And maybe sometimes you meet good people also, but they may not be that spiritually mature. They may be good in terms of earning money or running a life, or their relationships with others might be good. So you need to decide in your head, like, what is it that you want in your life, from whom? Because with every person you're going to have a different relationship. You cannot have the same thing going on with everyone. There would be some people who will always lift you up. They will always be there for you. They will always be around you. They will always like you, love you, admire you, and make you feel supported. And there may be some people who are professionally involved with you. You could be talking to them for some services. Maybe it's a therapy, maybe it's a spa you go to, maybe it's a shop you go to, maybe it's a yoga class you go to, somebody, you go to professionally. So you can talk to them, you can work around with them, but you are limited to a certain scope, a certain scope of thing, something. Limited to that particular content or context only, okay? Then there are some people with whom you have very worldly relationship. It is very superficial, but it's always there. You can't get rid of them. It could be a biological connection. It could be a family member. It could be some relative that you have to see every now and then. You have to talk to them. You have to see them around. So you cannot ignore them. So with everyone you need to practice detachment. I'm not telling you that practice detachment only with the narcissistic parent or narcissistic family member. But I'm saying that they have already groomed you to be around people who don't give you so much in return, but they take a lot from you. Or you may not be well trained to understand the difference between how much to take and how much not to take, or how much to give and how much not to give. Even with a partner, even with a relationship, a romantic relationship, you cannot constantly be around that person. You cannot constantly expect them to give to you, or constantly you cannot take from them. And you need to also figure out why you're with that person. What is it that person is giving to you? Do you even need to be with that person or not? What is your agenda with that person? Because the type of parents we have, those are the type of people we usually attract, like partners we usually attract. If you have always pleased your mother or your father a lot, you're always going to attract a partner who you have to please a lot. So in order to heal your relationship with your partner or your love life, you have to stop pleasing that person. Now some of you might say that I'm not even around my family members, or my family members have already passed over. Like, not all family members, but my parents have passed over, or one of my parents has passed over, or they got married to someone else. Now I have a stepmother or a stepfather, or whatever your scenario is. Now in that case, you may not have them physically around you, but energetically you're still attached to that energy, to their energy. So you need to detach from their energy. And a lot of things you have to do with non-seriousness. Like, seriousness should be there when it comes to your discipline, when it comes to food, when it comes to waking up on time, certain things where seriousness is required. But on certain things, seriousness is not a good thing. Like thinking too much about something, giving too much importance to negativity, worrying too much, bothering too much, like taking too much responsibility, taking more than what you can handle on your plate. Like, if things are happening on their own, it's okay. It's okay, it's fine. But if they are not, you're just taking on those things, then it's not the right thing to do. Okay? So, my dear friends, in this channeling session, the message that is being sent out to all the people who resonate with the pattern of toxic love, the template of toxic love. See, either you have to accept that you want that toxic lover, and now you will do whatever it takes to be happy around that person, and you're going to be happy on your own. Okay? Now when you start becoming happy on your own, when you're very independent, then slowly and gradually the toxic lover starts changing too. Either the person will change, or the person will fully change, like someone else will replace that person, or some other dynamic would happen, but it would be based on confidence. You're not going to be low or sad, or you're not going to be like, my life is so bad. You're going to also improve, because nothing can change if we don't shift. If we have the same habits, if we have the same attachment problem, if we have the same non-discernment problem, if we have the same existential crisis, if we have the same thinking, the same mentality, if everything is still the same, you have not changed, then how can you expect a change or a shift in your happiness quotient, or in your life, in your reality? Sometimes we are also changing because we are being made ready for certain lessons and roles and responsibilities. Okay, so if you want to be around someone, first of all, you need to decide who are the people you want in your life, like, and why. So for example, you are hanging out with your mother, who you feel is narcissistic and doesn't love you at all. Someone had written a question to me about their irresponsible father. Okay, so instead of mother, let's say irresponsible father. So you're obviously craving for your father's love. You're obviously craving that your father should take responsibility for you. Your father should love you. Your father should care for you. Your father should be a good person, should be a good man, all of that. But the person is not doing so. So then, now you have practical experience, and you have an understanding that I've been waiting for my father to change for 20 years, but my father has not changed. He's still the same. Now that you know your father so well, and you know all of the dynamics, what is the next step that you should take? Because if your father has been irresponsible, the person who carries the masculine template or the feminine template, howsoever they treat us, this is how we are going to get treated by other people too. Because according to a lot of people, how their parents treat them is the right way to be treated, because they don't know anything any better. They're kids. We are still kids. A lot of people are still in their child energy, but a wounded child energy. So you need to heal the wounded child, and you are the adult who's going to heal the wounded child. Let's understand it like this, okay? So first of all, you need to stop expecting. What is the problem? Expectation. What is causing the pain? Because you are expecting from your father to change, to love you, to be responsible. Now, by data analysis, that thing is not happening. So, stop expecting. Now, you're going to say it's not that easy. Yes, it's not that easy. But then that's the work you need to do. Stop expecting completely. What is your expectation? That they will be responsible. So, who's going to be the responsible person here? You. You have to be responsible, or you have to find people who are going to be responsible. Now, there is no guarantee that the people you find for yourself are continuing or gonna be responsible all the time. There is no guarantee, there is no surety that whosoever you find, the replacement, is also going to be responsible, loving, kind, present, and all of those things, right? There is no guarantee. You cannot take any guarantee for other people, but you definitely can take some guarantee for yourself. So you stop expectations, stop the expectations, you take the own responsibilities towards yourself. You chalk off certain things from the board, like they could be some things which are purely there for validation purpose, like my father should give me a hug every day, or my father should talk to me every day. That simply could be validation. You need to talk to yourself, you need to hug your own self, hug it out with yourself. Or you need to talk to some other people, you need to find some support group, because what you have now is awareness. Earlier maybe you did not have the awareness that you need to shift, or you need to change, or this is an expectation, or things are toxic, or toxicity needs to go, and maybe your toxic love life is connected to your toxic upbringing, so you did not know all of that. Now you know it. Now, second thing that I'm going to tell you is that how to do it. You have to do it via chakra alignment. That is the best way to go, because you have to heal your energy. Either you work with a professional, either you work with me, or you find someone else, or you work with your own self. You figure out ways, you find out some kind of modalities, some tools and techniques that you resonate with. Just like you need to find out what are the type of people you like. If, for example, you see that the person you are very inspired with or you're attached to is living their own happy separate life, and you think about those people, or you think about all of them, like how they live, what they do, what they talk about, maybe you never gel with them, and that's the reason why you're never a part of their hangout sessions, you're never a part of their phone calls, you're never a part of their group calls, family group calls, or video calls, or parties, or get-togethers. Maybe you're there only for social occasions or public occasions. Maybe they also need you only when you're needed. They look for you only when you're required. So you also do that then. You also only be around them when you feel you need them. I know there is FOMO happening, which is fear of missing out, which is why you feel that they don't love you, or they're not around you, they don't include you, but then that's already happening. And maybe if given an opportunity, you yourself would not want to hang out with them. Like if you're 100% aware and you're sure of how you want to spend your time, you may not gel with them. You may not like their ideas, you may not like their way of life or the way they think, blah, blah, blah. Okay? They're all very attached with each other, and you feel like you're the outsider, and the same dynamic is getting repeated with friend circle, with office people, with your relationship. You're always being circled out. Go away, or we don't need you. So then what are you supposed to do? Then it means that God feels very strongly that you should become more independent, and you should find your own things to do. You should not be so clingy towards these people. You should not attach with these people. They also need to work hard to be around you. They also need to deserve to be around you. They also need to be worthy to be around you. Okay? They all need to be worthy to be around you. They all need to value your time. And today maybe they are ignoring you, but one fine day when you do something amazing, or when you are happy, they will feel ignored too. And I'm not talking about revenge, or I'm not talking about competition. All I'm saying is that you need to set your priorities right. Do you also want to be with these people or these type of people? Yes, then you need to work accordingly. If no, then again you need to work accordingly. So whosoever resonates with this heaviness and this constant feeling of being in toxicity, this is the way out for you all. Okay? Either you accept those people and then try to make yourself happy without them, because you can see that they are not as present as you'd like them to be. Okay? or you totally don't be around them because they make you feel unloved or unworthy. Whatever it is, depending on how many people can you circle out, how many people you can be around, how many people are always gonna be around and you can't do anything about it, and how many people are just there because of the energy structure that you have right now. Okay, so yes, you can get into personal reading with me for your twin flame relationships starseed journey. You can write to me at the sunamoon@gmail.com after you go through the description box and you check out the details over there. You can also get my book, In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. It has 5 different stories of twin flame lovers and true lovers, 2 twin flame relationships, okay? Like Shiva Parvati, like Radha Krishna, like Sita Ram, very high vibrational love stories. These were given to me via mystical intervention. Please get your copy only from Amazon Kindle because that is the latest edited version. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.